lost a ball, have you? Good morning. I haven't done a video for a couple of weeks, but I thought I'd just share the best part of my day with you. Didn't mean to do this for a while, but when it is the best part of your day, you sort of think, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to enjoy it. But anyway, lovely day. It's the 17th of June. We're currently in what they call no mow May, where they know the fields and everything, they don't get mowed for the wildlife, and but they seem to carry it on here until well into June. I'm just going to stop here. I've found this is the only ones I've found in this field, and it's blue cornflowers, I believe, and I know exactly where it is. When they die off, I'm going to pick a couple and try and grow them in my garden. They're beautiful. So yeah, you do see there's mauve ones just like it, but they're 10 a penny. But these little blue cornflowers have just made it here. So this is the nice part of my walk. It takes me about half an hour to get here, and I have to have Wilson on a very, very tight lead because he sees a cat and he's off. So it's not relaxing walking to the field. But then once we get here, he'll just run off. He's got 2 balls. Sometimes he loses them, but I've got a massive supply now. So isn't this nice? And most mornings I get it to myself. So there's a pub up there, been to before. But yeah, there's stables. But it's just so nice and quite solitary. I used to, for a while, stop coming here and took him to a park, but he's a bit of a nightmare. He's one of them dogs that's too bloody friendly and just runs to everyone. And then when he drops his ball, then they go to give it back to him and practically bites their hands. So yeah, I got fed up with saying, oh, don't pick up his ball, you know. So anyway, we're back here in the fields. We're early today. I tend to be up earlier in the summer. I'm going to get blackout curtains because my curtains are lined, but they're not blackouts. And I tend to wake up quite early, so we're out early. But it's nice because it means I get a longer day. Come on, where's the balls? So yeah, we just do a little round the fields. We used to walk through the fields, but I told you in the last video that if we walk through the fields and we go down a different country lane, there's a house and she's got 4 cats and 15 chickens. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Very embarrassing when he ended up in their garden. And then the guy coming out going, my chickens are okay, my chickens are okay. Run off in a minute. Did that the other day. Run through the fields for ages, through the weeds, and lost both his balls, and then he couldn't find them. That waggy tail. how hard the ground is. We've had hardly any rain. We've had, say, 2 days of rain, I would have thought, in the past couple of months. And when the rain came, it was bad. My husband came home from work, and because he's a builder, so it was too much. And both times was on a Thursday, and I tend to do most of my housework on a Thursday. And wasn't too impressed that he was under my feet, but still. But the ground is hard as anything. Show you where the farm does all his burnings. You often come here and there's a fire burning. A couple of years ago they had to go at planting sunflowers, I didn't even realise it was only we walked up to the pub one day and it was full of sunflowers around here. And apparently they tried it, but they haven't done it again since. They're absolutely stunning. But it's wheat this year. It's normally maize they grow. And one year it was runner beans, and they didn't take, so. Fields I do in the morning, and was one day we came along here in the evening, and on that over there, because there is a riding stable, and there was a horse just running around here in the wild, we had a rider on it, but yeah, it's lovely. It's really lovely. When I get fed up on my house and I think, feel like moving, I then think, well, I've got all the fields for Wilson. I wouldn't have this if I moved somewhere else. And you love it, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, if you watch this, hope you enjoyed a little walk around the fields. A couple of weeks ago, I bumped into someone on a camera, like one of them great big zoom lens, and he'd just taken a photograph of deer and baby deer, and he was asking me about the fields, and I told him about the ponds and everything, and I gave him directions and made sure he walked off in the right direction, and then on the way back, as I went down my lane, he's gone down his lane, the lady with the chickens, and bumped back into him. I said, "Did you find it all right?" He was like, "Yeah," and he said, "I've lived here 30 years and didn't know about these fields." Imagine that. I've lived here 4, but maybe if I didn't have a dog, I'd never have, ventured out and found the fields. I'm always, like, if I do see someone and they haven't got a dog, I'm always a bit, what are you doing in the field? But you can shortcut through these fields up to that pub, so you do sometimes see people in the evening, like, going towards the pub that we found to our disgust once we went up here on a Sunday, the pub that closed at 7:30 in the evening, but it's been taken over now, so hopefully the new owners keep it open later, but we don't often go to the pub, because if we're here we've got Wilson with us and he's not the most sociable doggy, so I'm hoping this will change when we go on holiday, but I very much doubt it, because obviously we're taking him with us. Yeah, gone are the days of going on holiday and going out to a nice fancy restaurant and dressing up. You know, we'll be just sitting outside pubs with him and hopefully he'll behave. Yeah, talking about you. So who are you talking to? Anyway, I'm off now. And thank you for watching. And I'll be back soon. Say bye, Wilson. Say bye.